is still set up on my mind. So here it is, my presentation, Study in Japan. From Japan, I see the world. Okay, sorry. So the content of my presentation is going to consist of 4 main topics. The first is why I choose Japan, and the second is what kind of scholarship that cover my study, and then about the University of Tokushima, and the last is how is living in Japan like. So I think if you have question, you can interrupt me anytime, so we can share or discuss. If you interest in maybe in scholarship, you you can just ask me immediately. Okay. Next is, here is the map of the world. So during my 4th year study in Japan, I have, visited some countries. Like here is Japan. I live in the Shikoku Island in Tokushima City. And then my 2nd year, I traveled to Boston. Before I travel, during my when I traveled to Boston, I transit in Taiwan and Hong Kong. And then my 3rd year, I visited US again, but in San Francisco. And then my 4th year of a PhD student, I visited London and Amsterdam and also Singapore. Here is Singapore is very close to Indonesia, but is a bit far from Japan. And then I also transit in Beijing and Malaysia and etc. Here it is. This is Jakarta and this is Japan. I think this is Tokyo, but I stayed in here, this island named Shikoku Island. This is the main island of Japan. So I don't remember, maybe Honshu. Sorry, I don't remember. This is in this small island called Shikoku Island. There is a city named Tokushima. Tokushima city is located in Tokushima prefecture. Here it is. So this little island is connected to the main island by bridge, only by bridge. There are only 2 bridges here and here. So if I want to go to Osaka, I have to go by the bus, only by the bus. There's no train, no Shinkansen. The Shinkansen only in this big island and this little island, Fukuoka city here. But in my island, there's no Shinkansen, but we have a small airport. We have small airport in some cities in this island, but so this does not matter. So, okay. So the distance from Indonesia to Japan is about 5,164 kilometers. And from direct flight, it can be reached about 7 hours. Okay, why Japan? Why I choose Japan? So about 2015, dental faculty of Unisola and Tokushima University, they started a memorandum of understanding. So Dr. Rama Putranto, as a lecturer in Unisola, they offered me to join research program about 3 months. That's why on my CV I wrote as a research student for about 3 months. Yeah. But then, how about doctoral program? I have no idea at that time. So I don't know, maybe because Dr. Rama offered me to go to Japan, I just got very interested. Like, oh my God, I want to go to different countries. So I was thinking about how can I go there? What should I prepare? And then I prepared everything. But after I prepared everything and ready, I contacted the professor. But at the end, there are problems. Sorry. There was no scholarship that gonna cover me because that time the Max or Monbu Kagakuso, the most famous scholarship from Japan is closed because they want to focus on Tokyo Olympic on 2020. Yeah, they should. They prepared the money to support Tokyo Olympic. So the Max at 2015 maybe until 2017 is closed. There's no Max scholarship. I don't have scholarship even for joining the research program. So I don't have idea. I don't have scholarship because I don't have scholarship. Okay. So what scholarship that covered my study? So I joined research program. I became a research program for 3 months. Was as a self-supporting student. I paid by my own money. Yeah, by my own money. So about 3 months, it maybe took almost 40 million rupiah for 3 months, including the enrollment fee and living cost fee and the dormitory fee and everything is about, including the flight ticket. But then before I went to Japan, Dr. Suryono, the dean of dental faculty, he has a plan. He offered me to apply a scholarship named Tokushima University Alumni Scholarship. Here it is. The link is Tokushima University Alumni Scholarship. Here's the link. You can click. Maybe I can share you the link maybe later. This scholarship can be applied before I go to Japan. But this scholarship only covered the tuition fee and living cost only for 1 year. So the rest 3 years, you have to find another scholarship. That's the problem. I don't know, but I have no idea. I don't have any scholarship, so I just follow the Suryono's suggestion. I applied the scholarship, and this announcement about the acceptance is announced after maybe on February. So when I enrolled as a research student. So I got this scholarship, but yeah, I'm very happy, but I still have to think how is the rest 3 years as my doctoral student. Then my second scholarship is Otsuka Toshimi Scholarship Foundation. You know, this scholarship is bigger than Max. I'm very grateful. And then the last is Fuji Otsuka International Education and Research Exchange Fund. So Otsuka Toshimi and Fuji Otsuka was the same. It's the same company, Otsuka. You know Otsuka? You know, you must know AKB48, JKT48, Pocari Sweat, Ornamenty. Yeah, they made that all. They produce that all. They're very rich foundation. Okay, so here it is. This is my scholarship, my second scholarship, Otsuka Toshimi Scholarship Foundation. This scholarship can be applied after you enroll as a student in Japan or after you were staying in Japan. So if you are still in Indonesia, you cannot apply this scholarship. Why I choose this scholarship? Because this scholarship is the only scholarship that allowed the participant to be interviewed in English. The other or another scholarship, there are so many scholarship, but the interview is in Japanese. You know, if you can, if you want to have, I think if you want to have school interviewed in Japanese, at least you should get N2 or N1. And yes, I don't remember what's the name, N2 or N1 Japanese proficient language. I think yes, because I cannot speak. I cannot speak Japanese fluently, so I just choose this scholarship. This is about the scholarship, provides scholarship assistance to international students pursuing studies or research in medicine, pharmacology, nutrition, physical education, or business administration at universities. So only this focus medicine, pharmacology, about the health maybe. Yeah, so in my second year, I applied this scholarship, then I got this. And this is still about the Otsuka Toshimi Scholarship Foundation. The amount of scholarship They offered about 2 million yen, 1.5 or 1 determined on the basis evaluation. Based on the committee decision, the annual sum of about 500,000 if you got another scholarship. It's only for 1 year. So for the next following year, I have to apply again. Every year I apply scholarship, but I was so lucky I got this scholarship.
And always got the scholarship.
Yeah, I got the biggest amount. Yeah. And here it is, the award meeting. So I met many people from many countries.
Sakura flowers.
Yeah, this took when. Oh yeah, Sakura. Yeah, but
This one. Oh.
yeah, the interesting moment from Otsuka Toshimi scholarship is they always have awardee trip. So about usually they have 96 or almost 100 awardee, and they invited us to go to the city and we have trip together. And they took us to maybe 4-star or 5-star hotels, and they pay everything, including our transportations fee. If I choose to go by plane, they will cover it all on everything and everything. They're very, very rich foundation. So,
Nice.
and they serve us in a very delicious foods, very nice attraction, traditional attraction, and anything. But yeah, they also very strict. Like every 6 months, I have to send a report as they request. If it's not meet their request, they will send back to us with notification. If you don't follow our requirement, your scholarship gonna be stopped. So you have just to follow their requirement. But they serve very well. This is Aneta. She is from Polandia. She was my senior from Tokushima University, and he is from Nigeria, and he's from Korea. And we were at the, maybe this is gala dinner. And this is my second, second year. Third year, but second time I got Otsuka Toshimi. And this is my classmate that is from pharmacy, and he's from China, and I don't remember the other. This is still Otsuka Toshimi award meeting, and he is Indonesian, but he decided to stay in Japan. He married Japanese, and this is also Indonesian. There's I met several Indonesians, and she is Filipino. Yes, this is from Philippines, but I don't remember her name. If there are any questions, you can just ask me about the scholarship. Maybe you want to apply the scholarship before you decided to go to Japan.
Yeah, you don't need to wait her until she finished her presentation.
You just interrupt it. Okay. You know, when I met Indonesian student in Tokushima University, 3 of 5 students, they don't have scholarship when they started enroll the doctoral course. So they just apply the scholarship when they enroll the program, the student study program. Yeah, so first you have to prepare the money if you don't have scholarship, and then you have to struggle to get scholarship while in Japan. So that's the point. But yeah, we survived. We can graduate. So this is my last scholarship. This is very few amount, the fewest amount, because I think because that time I still can get Otsuka Toshimi scholarship on my last year, 4th year, but I refused because the interview time was held at the same time I have to go to London. So I decided I have prepared everything to go to London. So I decided to just refuse the Otsuka Toshimi interview. It's very sad. It's very difficult decision in my life to choose money or to go to London.
Okay.
Now, this is the last scholarship for Osaka International Education Research and Research Exchange Fund. The amount is few, just 48,000 Japanese yen per month. So
Can you save the money from this scholarship?
yeah, I can.
A lot of money.
Not, no, I just, yeah, it's very difficult to save the money.
Okay, so it's enough for living there.
Mhm. So there are many, there are many requirements for this scholarship. I mean, let's read this. They accept the application for the scholarship and research exchange fund. Enter information. You have to fill the form and you submit. But they decided that this is student cannot apply for this scholarship if they receive other scholarship and or salaries of more than 48,000. So if you already have income, if you have income more than this amount, or suppose, or your husband or your wife receive other scholarship and or salaries for more than 96,000 yen per month, you cannot apply this.
Bu Islami, is it possible for me, like in Indonesia, to try to get scholarship from Japan, but for studying in Indonesia? Is that possible?
I'm sorry?
If I'm
Sorry?
in Indonesia taking my doctoral degree, but then I'm trying to apply scholarship, okay, to get funding from Japan Scholarship Foundation. But I'm not studying in Japan at the moment, but studying in Indonesia for my doctoral degree. Is that possible, or is there any
like a sandwich program? You enroll in Japan, but you do research in Indonesia, like that?
Yeah, maybe,
I think it's
or maybe I'm conducting my doctor here in Indonesia, but I got scholarship from Japan. Is that possible?
so you have enrolled in Indonesia first, then you try to find scholarship in Japan, but then you want to do research in Japan, or
that's a problem. Just in Indonesia.
I think there are some. I think it's. I can suggest you to take like research.
Yeah,
Research. Yes. Research. I don't know how to
for
name.
example,
Maybe
for my
maybe
doctoral degree, so
just to cover your research.
conducting
Yes.
research in Japan, for
Yes,
example,
yes,
and
yes,
then got
okay.
scholarship from Japan.
I
Okay.
think Dikti has, but I'm not sure what kind of what is the name of the scholarship, but maybe you can, because you can apply the scholarship from Dikti to support to cover all your research fee. I think they have, but I'm not sure. I don't know about that. So this is the International Office of Tokushima University. You can just open this list of the scholarships name. There are several, many, but yeah, only this scholarship which not need interview in Japanese. That's why I choose this scholarship.
Fuji Otsuka International Education. Okay.
But if you, for example, if your husband, like my husband also enrolled a doctoral course. My husband has a department salaries about this amount. Sorry, yes, less maybe, but so I can apply. If my husband has max scholarship 145, I have to say goodbye for this scholarship. So they have a special term and condition. Okay, next is if you want to know more about the scholarship, you can just click the link on the previous slide. So here it is, the University of Tokushima. Here's the prefecture of Tokushima. This is the kanji of Toku, and this is Tokushima, and this is the name of Tokushima, and this is the island. Tokushima Daigaku. He is my supervisor named Takashi Izawa. I don't have a close Japanese student. I don't have a close Japanese friends, like from my even from my classmates. but only my supervisor is my best friend. He can speak Japanese and English. He can speak English very well because he is graduated from Washington University in St. Louis, United States. So here is the view of the Tokushima city. So when on my second year or my first year, I don't remember, BPK Penabur, this is the high school in Jakarta, maybe you know that. They visited Tokushima University. This is the chief of the university or the rector. And this is the maybe the dean, I don't remember. And this is the teacher from the BPK Penabur. They visited Tokushima University, and because they are Indonesian, they invited all Indonesian students in Tokushima University. Why they came to Tokushima University? Because this is Suji Nakamura. Suji Nakamura, he received Nobel Prize. Wida, I'm not, I didn't got Nobel Prize. Nobel Prize is a lifetime achievement. It's difficult to explain in the group. This is a lifetime achievement, you. So this is Suji Nakamura. In 2015, he got Nobel Prize. His alma mater is University of the Tokushima. He is the inventor of the blue and white LED, the famous LED lamp. He is the one of the inventor. There are 3 inventors, including him. He is the main inventors. He started his research in Tokushima University. That's why Tokushima University became famous. So what is Nobel Prize? Nobel Prize is not a single prize, spirited prize, is 5 spirited prize. So yeah, this is a lifetime achievement. So if you are find something that might be useful for the human life, you can receive this Nobel Prize. Most prestigious award available in their respective field. So Suji Nakamura Sensei, or Professor Suji Nakamura, he is a founder of LED. He's from electronic engineering. Now he is the lecturer in the University of California. I met him just one in Tokushima Japanese Orthodontic Society. My professor invited him to be a speaker in that meeting. So here is the Tokushima University Hospital. So instead of enrolled in doctoral course, I also enrolled in a clinical life as an orthodontist. This is a new hospital. Before, the dental hospital is separated than the main hospital. Like in our university, Unisula, we have RSIGM and RISA is separated. But before we are in before we are in the same building, but now we are separated. We have our own building. But in Japan, they now make all hospital in one building. So in dental hospital is part of the Tokushima University Educational Hospital. We're on the 4th floor, and for orthodontics treatment, you know orthodontics bracket or kawat gigi in Indonesia. So here is me in the clinic, helping my supervisor doing their patient orthodontics. I don't have my own patient. I just help them because I cannot speak Japanese well, but I learn and I practice using the model. So I prepare everything and help them. And sometimes they ask me to put the bracket by myself under the supervisor. Depends on this condition. But if you can speak, because that time I don't focus on the clinic. I just want to focus on the research. So this is just like, I just if I want to do patient, then if I have time, then I do clinical patient. If I don't have time, I prefer to do research. Here it is, my costume when I go to the animal facility. So we have one building for the animal facility, and the rule is very strict because they don't want to get contamination. The animal is in the animal facility, like genetically mutated. they creating animal, they cut the DNA, like they design the new disease on their animal. So it's very strict. I also have to use this gown. And then my second year of doctoral course in 2016. This is my first award. So I got the, sorry, this is the award. Sorry, I got the, in Tokushima Bioscience Retreat, I got the Young Researcher Award. So I won about 100,000 yen. In rupiah, maybe 15,000 million rupiah. But only for travel presentation or travel, I don't know. Yeah, like traveling, like for, if you want to attend a meeting or doing presentation, you can use that money. If you don't do that, you cannot use that money for free. So that's why I can go to the San Francisco. This is the Japanese orthodontic meeting in 2016. Uh, if you got this flower on your poster, means that you got the award. I very surprised that time because I won the award. So I received money from the university. So why I can go abroad doing presentation in different country? Yeah, I got money from several awards, so I can use that for travel. Otherwise, the money gonna gone. Yeah. This is my senior. She is from Paraguay, but she has Japanese blood and she's very fluent in English. This is my supervisor and this is my
You only have
professor.
5 minutes more, Islami.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh my God. So the second years, I also visited Boston. I have our presentation in Boston. If this is a nursing science, so I also joined in nursing science. I learned about nursing and I met some famous nursing theorists like Jean Watson, and this is Professor Loxin. Maybe if there's any nursing student here, maybe you know them. And I enjoy Boston. And then my third year, I visited San Francisco. Yes, using my award. So this is San Francisco International Association of Dental Research, the highest research meeting in dental field. So this is the, I don't remember. This is San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge, and this is the prison Alcatraz Island and Alcatraz Island. So I enjoy San Francisco, Blue Car, and then this is St. Dolores Park, and I also visit Yosemite National Park. And my fourth year as a doctoral student, I visited London again using my award. I met my teacher from Gajah Mada University and my junior, and I strolling down the city, and then also joined the Association of Orthodontists Singapore conference. Again, I won an award, and this is how is living in Japan life. So this is me did founding the mochi. This is mochi suki, traditional methods of making mochi, Japanese rice cake. And I playing kendama, playing kite on the summer. And this is the Awadori Festival, the largest dance festival in Japan. This is part as Obon Festival in Tokushima Prefecture. Obon Festival is like the Japanese people go back to their hometown to meet their family. It's like our maybe Idul Fitri. We have to go back to our country, Mudik, and also in Japan they also have this kind of the festival ceremony. And all Indonesians in Tokushima University, we join our Auditory Festival, and this is Indonesian community, including it's not only student, but there are some nurse, yes, nurse, they work in Japan as I don't remember. Nurse, and yeah, they work in they help the older people, the elderly, they help them. I don't remember what's the name, sorry. And then we were Yukata, and I and I visited Nagano, a famous ski research destination in Nagano Prefecture, and Takuba Iwatake ski research resort on Nagano. And this is my department trip. Every year we have a trip for all members of our department. So this is my senior, and this is my classmate. My classmate is my supervisor, and here's from Paraguay, and this is also from Indonesia. And this is the Kazurabashi Bridge, located in Iya Valley, still in Tokushima Prefecture. This is made by the root. This is hand woven. This bridge is hand woven with hidden steel cables, rebuilt every 3 years. This is enforced to tall cedar trees at both ends. The bridge can be crossed in one
Time is
direction.
over, Bu Islami. Maybe if maybe the student are interested to know more,
Time.
they
Okay.
can ask. Okay, this is okay. Your celebration day, please.
Okay.
You can show us. Okay, very nice.
Graduation day.
Graduation day. Is that your friend or your husband?
This is my husband.
Your husband. Also doctoral degree there.
Yeah.
Doctoral
He just
degree there.
returned last April.
That's nice. Okay. Okay.
That's it for my presentation. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any question, do not hesitate to ask me now, or if you shy, you can maybe write it on the chat.
On the chat.
Yeah, if you just don't be shy to ask me.
I think it's quite interesting to know that Ibu Islami was very struggling with her scholarship. You can imagine usually when the student got scholarship, one scholarship cover a whole covering for 4 years study and living and studying abroad.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, or maybe for master degree, one scholarship covering 2 years living and studying abroad, or for PhD scholarship covering 4 years scholarship, 4 year living and studying abroad. But you know how hard work Ibu Islami that she was very struggling to get scholarship every year, but then successful with some achievement. You can imagine from her presentation that while thinking about her learning, her maybe about her assignment, or maybe taking care of her son, her son or daughter, I don't know.
I have one daughter, and when I was in Japan, I have one daughter.
Yeah, you taking care of her family, husband and daughter, but then has to struggle finding scholarship, although risky from Allah. Okay, she always get a better scholarship, better and better, and with much amount of money, with a lot of money. Okay? But you can imagine how hard work she is. Yeah. Okay, we can modeling her for working hard to be successful students in Japan. And then she got 3 scholarship, Tokushima, Otsuka, and Fuji Otsuka International Education. No Japanese language interview. Okay, and with a good amount of scholarship.
I'm gonna die if they interviewed me in Japan.
Okay, and also from the picture we can see living in Japan is very happy for Ibu Islami to have scholars to living there. Okay, any student has the question here? Do you have any question? Because it's almost 4:30. Usually I have another urgent thing to do at 4:30. But I think it is very interesting when you are wearing, like kimono. Did you bring that from Indonesia, or did you buy there? For kimono?
I bought in Japan. Yeah, I have 3. No, it's not kimono. It's yukata. Yukata is thinner than kimono.
Different from kimono.
Kimono is very thick and heavy, so it's usually used in winter. Yes. very yeah.
But I think
Hot.
the style and the model,
It's almost like
quite the same between kimono and what is that?
yukata. Yukata is thinner and
Oh, thinner.
thinner is.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. While waiting for another participant to ask the question, I have a question to Islami. I think people in Japan very polite, mostly are very polite because since they were in the primary school, even in the kindergarten, the priority of education is character education. Okay, yeah, they are very polite, disciplined, a good discipline, have very disciplined people and workaholic. I have until now, I have a friend. When I was in Australia for my master degree, I have only one friend from Japan. I asked him, how many hours did you sleep a day? He said that I sleep only 6 hours every day. And mostly people in Japan, he said workaholic, working so hard. Okay. And then mostly of the young people there, because of workaholic, they do not really have time for dating, for having boyfriend or girlfriend. And then the website of finding girlfriend or boyfriend or to support them to get married is quite famous there. Oh, because of the workaholic. Do you find any difficulty when dealing with your lecturer from Japan, because the different, maybe behavior, or for example, you need to work so hard there, and maybe that's not really our culture, and then you
Yeah.
found there very hard, you need to work very hard. Please tell your
Okay.
experience about that.
From yeah, I believe that it's 100% true. But yeah, not. I mean, for me, Alhamdulillah, it's not happened to me. But maybe for some people, yes, they have like culture shock in Japan. Like your Japanese people, they're hard worker and they're very disciplined. Maybe it's all depends on your environment, your lab or your friends or your supervisor or everything. And my department is very friendly, include my supervisor and my professor. Even yeah, they I know that they were hard worker, but for international students, for some people, it depends on the people. Yeah, just like in Indonesia, we have many kind of peoples. That's what I always thinking, but people is not the same. Even in Japan, they're very hard worker, disciplined, but why Nobita? Well, Nobita is also Japanese. You know Nobita is like, but he's a bit lazy. That's why I mean, not all Japanese is hard worker. Hard worker is in their blood, but they're
Oh,
still
okay.
human.
So that's
So
not the fact.
that's the fact, but
Not
they're
all
just
of them,
human.
absolutely.
I,
Not
I
all of
enjoy I
them.
enjoy the I
Mostly of
enjoy
them
the
are
in our department, in
workaholic.
my
Most
department.
of them workaholic or just
Most of
several
the
of them.
workaholic is true. Like my supervisor, they he almost comes to the university every weekend, like Saturday, Sunday, and I mean that every day, weekend and weekdays, they spend most of their time in their faculty, including the lunchtime or dinner time. They spend their time in the lab. At least I don't know, they're doing research or just writing something or just working. I don't know, but they just come to the campus. And then my supervisor, he does not have kids. I don't know, maybe if they have kids, it gonna take most of their time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. Most of them maybe have no kids or maybe just have few kids. If they have many kids, like 4 kids, they must be very rich Japanese because they have to spend so much money to grow their kids. Mhm. That's true. That's true. Japanese is very hard work, but Nobita is exists. Nobita is also Japanese. Doraemon is very modern, high technology. Yeah, but There, I mean, the process
There
of the
must
people
be
is different.
someone.
It depends
There
on
must be
the situation.
several
But
people
there,
who are not really workaholic.
yeah, yeah,
Most of them hard worker, working
yeah.
so hard every
Of
day.
them have,
Okay, and after working, they like to drink alcohol.
yeah, exactly.
I think
Drink
that's very
and get
dangerous
drunk
for you.
every day.
You have to go to the lab until the late of night, and then maybe Japan people after working and then drinking alcohol. I think that really annoying. I think, or maybe
But Tokushima City is not too crowded. I mean, just few people live in
do you
Tokushima.
feel safe with
Like
that
only,
condition?
yeah, only weekend. Only weekend. Saturday evening. Saturday
Saturday
evening.
evening, most of
Saturday
them
evening.
drinking alcohol and then
Oh,
mabuk,
yeah,
yeah,
or Friday evening.
fly to the sky. Okay, I imagine when you need to go to the lab until the late of the night, I think it's very scaring for you.
Yeah,
To,
yeah. It's
to
like
go,
the
to go
building is
to it,
only me.
because drinking alcohol means we don't have really good sense or really wake up. Yeah. Okay, and then something. Okay, Bu Made or Bu Wiwi, maybe is there any question before we close this session? Because the time is actually over. Bu Wiwi, is there any question? No, maybe. Okay, I think that's quite interesting, yeah, about workaholic. And then I want to ask from you, the image of Japan, the people there really eager to read the book. This is the image. When I knew this image, really eager to read the book. So when they are queue, yeah, waiting for something, they read the book. We can find people, Japanese people, read the book anywhere. But then, when last year maybe or two years ago, I watched television. Private television in Indonesia, and then there was a student graduated from Japan conducting from Udinus. Okay, the lecturer from Udinus conducting research in Japan about the culture of reading there. But it is very shocking information that I got. Actually, you know the reality is not like that. I mean that from the statistic, when it is really measured, not all of them, not no I mean not most of them like to read the book when this is really measured statistically. So when when the image of reading the book is just in the surface, not really in the reality. Do you agree with the result of that
I think
PhD?
I
Oh,
agree.
really? Yeah,
So few
interesting.
people read,
How can
but
you explain to us?
so I think like maybe Japanese now the ratio between the elderly and the young people is not in a balance ratio. The elderly is so much higher than the young people Japanese. But the maybe the those who like to read the books is the elderly. Yeah, and then in the usually when I go to the train, when I'm on the train or when I go something, or then I don't see like the people read the books everywhere. Not even in the train, maybe just one or two people. The others, like, they gadgeting, watching their phone or chit chatting with others. And that's not so many people like reading the books.
Okay.
I agree, but I'm not. I think in my city, but I don't know in other city
But
because
that's the
my city
result
is
of the
only
research,
few people.
mostly in Japan. The result of
Uh-huh.
research, PhD research, mostly in Japan, statistically, because based on the research. So, okay, because they don't like to wait something by spending in that useless time. So they read the book because of that. But that doesn't means that they are eager to read the book.
Mm,
Yeah. I mean that when measured statistically, when the PhD student graduated from Japan, conducting research about about a reading habit, how many hours do they have, or how many hours you read the book for every day, and he found that not many hours that Japanese people spend for reading the book. And that's quite shocking information because the image is, wow, they are really eager to read the book. Actually not, but they are really workaholic. Because I mean, maybe, yeah, different. That's it. But mostly about Japan is interesting, I think. Yeah. And the last, Bu Islami, do you have interesting research experience in Japan?
Research about
Yeah.
my research.
Yeah, your research is conducting in Japan or in Indonesia?
It all is in Japan. It all is supported by my supervisor and my professor. So yeah, in my first year, I studied about that HIF1 alpha. Initially, I did bone fracture, but we didn't continue that study because already published in many papers. Then we changed the topics using the temporomandibular joint, and we focus on the rheumatoid arthritis. Maybe the elderly usually had pain on their knee or joint. Elderly usually that's rheumatoid arthritis, but I focus on the temporomandibular joint and also palatal bone healings. So we are created our mice, or we bought our genetically mutated mouse. So yeah, it's very expensive. If I try to do my research in Indonesia, is a little bit difficult maybe because I have with Indonesia is we don't have those kind of mice. It's very difficult.
Okay. Okay. I think it's enough, Bu Islami. Is there any question from any of you
Don't be shy. Please ask
before
me.
we
If you want to go to
close
Japan
the
one day,
session? Maybe.
or
Maybe I will ask the
Okay. From
for
Bu Made
Bu
is the last
Flami.
question.
Thank you, Bida, for the time. I just want to ask for the scholarship. I just want to know: is there any limitation for the age to submit the scholarship or something like that?
yeah. For the Tokushima alumni, I think now they close this kind of scholarship. So because Max is already open, so I suggest you if you want to join, if you want to continue your study to Japan, it's better to apply Max or Monbu Kagakusho. You can apply now. The age limit is about 35, I guess.
For doctoral?
For doctoral or magister, maybe I
Oh,
think
35. So I'm the older. I can't. Was it? It's not easy for me because of my age. When I become a lecturer, so I can get a scholarship for now. I think. Okay, thank you for the answer.
Okay. Okay. After this, we will take picture before we end this meeting. Okay. Okay. I think it's enough because time is over, more than over. Yeah. For 45, usually for 30, but this is because very interesting. The presentation from Ibu Islami, Ibu Islami is lucky because Unisula has an MOU with Tokushima, but then it doesn't mean it's easy for Ibu Islami to take PhD degree in Japan. Need hard work, and then struggling to find scholarship there. But I think Allah always Allah always help us as long as we are persistent, working hard, and this is for menuntut ilmu, ya, finding knowledge. Okay, and then finally, from her presentation, from sharing story session about her studying and living there, she got scholarship from 3 scholarship in Japan with that's a good scholarship with a lot of money, like from Tokushima, Otsuka, Fuji Otsuka International Education. I think that's excellent because that can make Ibu Islami survive. So for student here, I think it's good if you can learn from Ibu Islami that to be a successful person with some excellent achievement, you need to be very persistent, working so hard, and always optimistic. You know, when the face of Ibu Islami, I can see that she is very hard worker also, but not workaholic, I think. Not workaholic, but you know, very enthusiast person. When you want to be successful person, number one is not your IQ. Okay, IQ just 20% influencing or become the factor of your success. But learning from Ibu Islami, the motivation, you know, persistency, motivation, enthusiasm, or emotional intelligence becomes the most important factor to be successful, especially for studying and living abroad. Because, you know, if you are studying in Indonesia, that there must be challenge also, but the challenge must be double when you are living and studying abroad, because you will deal with the different culture, you will deal with different character of people in, you know, in very different how to say, not only cultural background but also religious background, and also perspective or maybe different religion. Okay, so for you student, the last for the close statement, please just make a dream. Okay, make a dream to study abroad, but don't only just a dream. Make a plan, a good plan with a good or hardworking. I'm sure that if you brave to dream and then you are working hard to reach that dream, before you make a good plan for your life, I think you will be successful the same as Ibu Islami, inspiring young lecturer who have some award and achievement from international country, Japan. Okay, thank you so much. Let's close. But before closing this session, I think it's good for us to take picture. Okay. Okay, turn on your camera, please. Yeah. Okay, I will take the picture. Just smile up, everyone. One. Okay, once more. 1, 2, 3. Another slide. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you for so much for your active participation. I do hope, although you don't really understand, maybe several of you understand well this serious session in English, 100% in English. But if several of you do not really understand, I do hope that can motivate you to learn English more and read broader experience to study abroad. Thank you so much. Let's close our session by reciting Hamdalah. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalamualaikum. Thank you Ibu Islami. See you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.